Hold out your hands for me, Louis. Nothing to lorazepam.
On it. And a script for Librium.
And this is what's referred to as rebound hyperexcitability. My name's Vicky, I am a pharmacist, and I just started watching the Pitt, which I am so late to the game. But let's see if I can help you to understand some of the medical stuff that's going on in the Pitt, starting from season 1, episode 1. Tremors are a sign of alcohol withdrawal, and that is actually a way for us to assess whether or not we've dosed our medications appropriately. So how come alcohol withdrawal causes tremors, in which you're often seeing in long-term alcoholics? It's because alcohol enhances a type of amino acid called GABA-aminobutyric acid, GABA for short. It also enhances another neurotransmitter called glutamate, both of which calms the neuronal activity down. But over time, the brain overcompensates for that by producing less of GABA and glutamate. This means that when you suddenly stop drinking and you don't have the activity of alcohol to calm the excessive stimulation of the brain, that's when you are left with tremors. And this is what's referred to as rebound hyperexcitability. In severe cases, it can lead to seizures and sometimes deaths. This is why alcohol withdrawal can be life-threatening, and often long-term alcoholics will need to be in hospital so then they can be monitored. We treat the rebound hyperexcitability by using a class of medication called benzodiazepines. Benzodiazepines work on the GABA receptors in our body, so they actively stimulate the GABA receptors, and the GABA receptors then promote neuronal calmness. And so that's how they treat the tremors, and also prevent things like seizure. So you'll see that Dr. Robbie prescribed 2 different kinds of benzodiazepines. The first one being lorazepam, which is short-acting and should act within 15 minutes to 30 minutes or so. And then he added another one called Librium, which is a long-acting benzodiazepine. Now, I have a question about Librium, the long-acting benzodiazepine. Long-acting benzodiazepine is helpful in cases where we know that this person is not going to go back to drinking. Because if you have benzodiazepines in your body and you go back to drinking alcohol, that will promote excessive sedation. And this is why on medication bottles, you will see not to mix benzodiazepines with alcohol. That is a contraindication. In addition, long-acting benzodiazepines tend not to be metabolized very well in people who have been using alcohol for a long time. And that is because there's usually some liver damage, and long-acting benzodiazepines are often metabolized by the liver. And so you could have excessive sedation due to the buildup of metabolites or just the benzodiazepine hanging out in the body for longer.